Hello, everybody. Yay. Okay, let's see. Trying something new, trying something different. Let's see. Everybody's still typing stuff in. You guys have to excuse me. I had a doozy trying to get my lighting right, and I still don't think that I have it right. Okay, so you guys, we are here day five for the 7 days of Depeche Mode. You guys, I am excited about today. Today, I'm excited. I got some good stuff. We're going to talk about some good things, and I am excited. I just have to make sure that these things are going smoothly. Let me see what we have here that's going on here. Let's see. Making sure that this pops. Whether it pops or not, we're just gonna go with it. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Trying to see if my YouTube live is working. So. Interesting. Why don't I? Okay. I'm gonna stop this for right now. Okay. Till we know what we're doing. Okay, you guys, so I'm excited about today. We're gonna do what we normally do. This, you guys, is Melanin Monarchy's way of getting you hyped for the Depeche Mode convention that is going to be occurring December 15th. At the Avalon in North Hollywood. Forgive me for being distracted by these other platforms that I'm trying to navigate through. So we're just going to go ahead and go. You guys, hey, if you need to see this on the replay when I post it on back on Instagram, on TikTok, on my YouTube, on Facebook, both the Melanin Monarchy and the Monique, if you are, you have access to that. I'm going to be posting it on all of my social media for you. So if you guys get to the replay, that's completely fine. We have a lot of things to talk about today, so I need to get going because I'm excited about what we're going to be talking about today. But as always, this is in preparation for the Depeche Mode convention that is going to be occurring in Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in 3 days, you guys. 3 days. I know this is like a German Nazi thing. Like 3 days that is going to be occurring. And of course, you guys, be there or be square. Be there or be square. We're going to be talking about, again, going over. We're going to recapping, reviewing who's going to be at the Depeche Mode convention, what the Depeche Mode convention is all about, and how if you are in Southern California and you are especially if you are a devotee, but if Depeche Mode's music has touched you in any way, any form of fashion, you should be at the Depeche Mode convention. So here's a little neat thing, the little that comes in when you get your pre-sale tickets in. You order them. This is so you guys know for next year, it is worth it to order your tickets early and get them delivered to you early. Even if you're not sure if you're going to, like you're maybe 85% sure that you're going to be attending the convention, because it's better to have these even as memorabilia than to not have it. It's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And so, and you get it at a discount. You get it at a huge discount when you order your tickets early. So this is for next year, for the 2025. And I just want to say something about 2025 before I continue with what's going on for 2024. All the stuff that's going to happen in 2025, 2025, when they come back around at the end of the year to do the Depeche Mode convention, it is going to be hyped. Hyped. The tickets may sell out because of all the stuff that's going to be occurring in 2025. If you're a devotee, if you're a Depeche Mode fan in any way, any of their music at any time, in any decade that you were 2025, I don't care where you are in the world, where you're watching this. If you are watching this before 2025 or in the beginning of 2025, you want to get your tickets ready and fly to Los Angeles and be there for the Depeche Mode convention in 2025, you guys, because the things that's going to be occurring in 2025 at especially in the middle of the year, you're not going to want to miss anything else. You're not going to want to miss. And there are so many surprise people that come to these conventions. I told you guys, people come incognito all the time. All the time. And they come and they may be in the audience, or they may, ask Richard Blade if they can come up on the stage or whatever. There are a lot of Depeche Mode fans around the world that just want to get hyped with other devotees. That just want to get hyped with them and listen to the music and dance to the music. And so I would say for next year, you guys make sure that you're in town, that you have your stuff together, that, you do whatever you have to do. But for this year, for 2024, which is going to be in 3 days, trace days, I say drei. Am I saying that right? All my German speakers, drei. It's going to be in 3 days, right? This is what's going on. Richard Blade, of course, Mr. Richard Blade, famous Mr. Richard Blade, is going to be emceeing this event as he has done. God bless his heart that he puts up with us every single year. I know he looks like he's having a good time. I hope he has a good time when he's doing these things. We love for him to be there. He's going to be hosting. He's going to be emceeing a place. And we have a bunch of different activities for you. Not even talking about the merch. Not even talking about the whole first floor is filled with merchandise. Merchandise. And when I say merchandise, I know a lot of you guys think, shirts, and you're thinking, shirts, whatever. No, I'm talking about earrings. I'm talking about bracelets, scarves, Depeche Mode scarves, socks, different types of stuff, posters. They're going to be there. These vendors, these Depeche Mode vendors connected with Chaos Records, they try to give it all for their fans, all for the devotees, all for the people that attend the Depeche Mode convention. So if you're going to be there, if you're thinking, it's going to be the merch is going to be on, as my kids would say, on fleek, whatever. I don't know what these young people, I don't even try. Why do I try to keep up with these young folks? I don't even like them. I don't even know why I try to keep up with, not my kids. I mean, I love them, but there was a couple of times when I was about to send them back up to Mount Moriah and say, God, we're going to have to get this one back and make a new one or not, whatever. Okay, so Richard Blade is definitely going to be there. He's going to be hosting. Then we have DJs to keep the music going for you, because everybody has, like I said before, their own decade, their own album, whatever they like. So we have all of these DJs that are going to be there, all of these DJs for you. Okay, they're going to play for you. So here's some of the DJs. Alex Transistor, what up, Alex? Stephen Wayne, Larry G, Underground, Lovely, coming from Las Vegas. You can pretty much bike it from Las Vegas. Las Vegas, DJ Jedi, my boy Protocol, and my homie DJ Dark Crystal. Now, you guys, if you have not heard any of these DJs spin before, then you need to pop in. And remember what I've been saying for the past 4 days is that when you do see them, you know, any of the people that are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this convention, remember, people got to be there early. You guys, they got to be there early. They have to set up. They did a walkthrough today. Ray did his walkthrough. Alex, I think, was there. Maybe Oscar was there. Everybody was doing their walkthroughs today. So people, they're getting ready. So if you're able to actually say hello to them, take a picture with them, take a picture of them, post it on your social media and tag them, I guarantee you they will respond, because they are some of the kindest people that I have met. They are very, very kind and very, very gracious. At the convention, if for whatever reason they're walking swiftly, they go by you, they're busy, and they don't recognize you at that time, do not get offended, you guys. They have a lot of things to do. Don't get offended. Everybody's working. Just, you know, we go, hey, can I catch you later? Sure. So just remember that. But I'm telling you, everybody, listen to me. When you go to the convention and you see them and they're working and these DJs are working, take a photo of them, post it on your social media and tag them in it. So we have all of those DJs. And then we also have karaoke, you guys. There is going to be karaoke. Now, for all you chickens, you know you a chicken. I don't know why you're a chicken. You just a punk. I call my kids. I'd be like, you being a punk. I ain't raising no punks in this family. For all you punks out there who feel like, oh, I don't want anybody to hear my voice, here's what I want you to do. Stand back and watch all of those people that are doing karaoke, that are singing your favorite song, singing your song. And then after you've experienced that, I would guarantee you that you would say, I could have did that. I could have did so much better, right? I guarantee it. You're going to wish you would have man up, put your big girl drawers on, and signed your name on that karaoke list to do karaoke. Now remember, you guys, karaoke is only for a second. It's not very long. I'm telling you, it goes by like that. I think it's like an hour, but that hour seems like minutes. It really does. It seems like minutes. So you may not be able to, you know, he can't be there all day, because there are so many different things that are going on the main stage that they only have a certain amount of time. So again, karaoke. And I also think that in Los Angeles, there used to be, and Jay, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong, there used to be another like Depeche Mode karaoke night at some particular bar club or something like that. So they do have it every once in a while, but you guys, this is the night for you to flex. This is the night for you to show up and sing your song. Now, you know, your Queen Monique has an issue with y'all that get up there and sing other people's songs at a Depeche Mode convention. I think you need to be drawn and quartered. That's just me. Ray doesn't think that. Chaos Records don't think that. A lot of the people at Depeche Mode don't think that. I mean, at the convention think that. That's just Monique. Monique thinks you need to be drawn and quartered. If you get up there and you sing in another band's song, I think Jay should just like ban you. I think he should just like skip over you, because I'm just like, why? Why are you at a Depeche Mode convention singing Susie and the Banshees? Why are you at the Depeche Mode convention singing The Cure or the Smiths? Wait until their convention. Go to their convention and sing their song. How would it be if people at the dang on Smiths convention get up there and start singing Depeche Mode songs? How disrespectful is that? So don't do it here. Don't come to a Depeche Mode convention and then decide you want to sing somebody else's song at karaoke. Stay over. You can do that in your shower. Do it in your shower, ma'am. Do that in your shower, sir. Don't come here and be doing that. And see, I can't be there to like gatekeep and monitor, because Monique is going to be on the balcony on the other side of the karaoke, up in the balcony, hassling you guys for interviews. Talking to you guys about your story. I want to hear your story. I want to hear how Depeche Mode has affected your life. I want to hear what a song reminds you of at a certain point in your life. If it reminds you of, especially if it reminds you of your children, or if it reminds you of somebody who's no longer with us. I just want to hear your story. Even if I've talked to you before in previous conventions, come up to me again. Come up to me again and let me know, okay? Because remember, the first 5 the first 5 people that I get to interview up in the balcony at the convention that gets on camera, you don't need any liquid courage. Stop telling me you haven't had a drink yet. That's why you can't get on camera. Don't do that. I would rather have you sober, because there have been, see, this is what happens. It's a family show. I'm going live. It's a family show. I'm going live on social media. You get up and you start talking to me. You had a couple of in you, had a couple of little, liquid courage, a little adult beverage. When you get up and start cussing and start telling all kinds of stuff on my family show, my kids got to watch this, even though my kids are grown. Other people have to watch, other people's kids have to watch this. I have young people that come on and they tell their story as well. So I'm going to say, for me, let's leave the sailor at home and be the board member. You'd actually just be you. I really want you to be you. I want you to be you. But I'm just saying is that when people tend to come a little inebriated, they get a little bit wild and loose with their tongue and with their language. So, but anyway, the first 5 people that comes and get interviewed is going to get the Melanin Monarchy concert. Can't see it? Melanin Monarchy. Can you see it? Can you see? Still probably can't see it. You see my little logo right there? You see it? You see it? Kind of my little logo. Can you see it? Can you see it? My little logo right there. The Melanin Monarchy concert bag that keeps all of your merch that you purchase, and also you guys can use it for when you go to concerts. Now you guys know these venues. You just don't know which venue is going to decide to enact their bag policy. And now a lot of these security teams want you to have a clear bag. They don't want you to bring your back, definitely not your backpacks, your big purses, whether it's Kate Spade or whether it's, Gucci or Louis Vuitton, your Louis Vuitton bags. They want you to have a clear bag. I think it's kind of a little bit silly, especially if you're going through a metal detector. That metal detector should work and be able to see what's actually in your belongings and actually what's on your person. But for whatever reason, they want you to bring a clear bag. So the first 5 people will get a clear bag from Melanin Monarchy, and it's yours to keep, yours to use. I would say definitely keep it on hand, keep it in your car, keep it someplace where you can grab it, because if you are going to live events and you forget, you can head back to your vehicle and there you have your concert bag, okay? So that's what's also going on. And like I said before, Peach also made some beautiful, beautiful things to give away. So for the first 101 attendees that spots her and spots her little table, it's not a little table, but you know what I mean, spots her table, spots her booth, she is giving away some beautiful, beautiful things for devotees, okay? They're going to go fast. She's only giving them away to 101. And then you have your neat concert bag, right, to keep things in. And whoever wins the giant poster, roll that puppy up. This one has been rolled up in my closet since 2017, since the movie came out. Roll it, because I was trying to keep it nice and crisp. Keep the poster nice and crisp. Roll that puppy up. Stick it in your bag. It may be sticking out just a little bit. Don't bend it, but it may be sticking out. But at least you have that. So there's no in and out, you guys. There's no in and out at the convention. I don't think there's any in and out. So just be mindful of that as well. So that's everything that's going on with the convention. Did I miss anything? Y'all? I don't think that I have, but I'm excited to do this particular live today because we got a lot of things that we need to go over. Today is day 5 and we're going to get into it. But before we get into it, if you guys are seeing this on the replay on any other social media, stop, follow me, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing, because I'm about to ruin the image and the style that you use. You got people that just make everything into a song. That be me and my family. Okay, so stop what you're doing. Go ahead, go over to YouTube and subscribe. It will not hurt you to just put that subscribe button. Just push it. Just push the subscribe button. And that way you can see the replay as you're watching the replay. If you're watching the replay now, if it's 2024, press subscribe button. press the subscribe button. This is what happens when you have a gap in your teeth. Everything is blah, 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 blah. Press the subscribe button if you're looking at it in 2025. Press the subscribe button if you're looking at it in 3035. Press the subscribe button. Just press it and get that out of the way. If you like, you can follow me also on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on the Melanin Monarchy. Actually, I do want you to follow me on the Melanin Monarchy Facebook page. Go to the Facebook. You know you an old head. Go on to the Melanin Monarchy Facebook page. Click. You didn't sit up there and clicked all of those cat videos, dog videos, old people dancing, you know, all those other videos you didn't follow. You can follow this one. So go ahead, do that. Start following the Melanin Monarchy Facebook page, Melanin Monarchy Instagram, Melanin Monarchy TikTok, and subscribe at the Melanin Monarchy YouTube channel. Okay, so I wanted to get that out of the way. Now let's talk about yesterday. So yesterday we went over some things. Great, we were talking about voices. Basically, we were talking about a bunch of different things, but one of the things that I hit on was voices. And then the poll question that I had, which I thought was pretty cool, even though I just came up with it on the fly, was, do you think that tribute bands are worth seeing? Now, there are tribute bands of other different bands out there, right? Especially bands that the members are no longer with us. Hey, we got people still singing Elvis songs. Guys, a friend of mine from church, he plays in the Elvis band. He's been playing, in this Elvis band for years, okay? So we still got people who do Elvis. So it's no wonder that we also have tribute acts for bands like Depeche Mode. So here are some of the tribute bands that are out there in the sphere. We have Devotional, the Depeche Mode Experience. You guys know, you've seen my interview with Freddie Morales, the lead singer of Devotional. You have Strange Love. If you guys are, people from way back in the day, Freddie Morales used to be a part of Strange Love. They're still going strong. They have their singers, their lead singer. They still do what Strange Love does. So you have Strange Love, who's a tribute band. You also have Forced to Mode. I believe Forced to Mode is actually in the UK. You have Forced to Mode, you have Fast Fashion, and then you have The Devout. If there are other Depeche Mode tribute bands, let a sister know. I just have not heard of them, so you just let me know. Now, someone said, and as far as like who's better out of these tribute bands, you know what? If you have not seen all of these tribute bands, and you really can't say who's better, who's not, and I don't think it's a competition at all. They all bring their own little thing to their act, to their band, their experience, what they're giving the experience. And so the person said that I was researching this, and person said, unless you've seen all of them, you can't compare. That's what I wanted to say. Unless you've seen all of them, you can't compare. Hi, Serena. Hi, lovely. Thank you for supporting. Okay, so tribute bands. Are tribute bands worth seeing? I am going to say yay. I am going to say yay. I don't see every tribute band. I don't go see every tribute band. There was a Kate Bush tribute band that happened here in San Diego, and I really wanted to see it, but there was another show that I had to. Let me pull that out really quickly. I'm going to let you guys know who I had to see before this tribute band, if I can pull it up. It was Kate Bush, and there was somebody else that was showing at the same day, and I may have been out of town at that particular time, but it was downtown at the Music Box, and so there was somebody that I really, really wanted to see. So shout out to that particular tribute band. But there's a difference between cover bands and tribute bands, okay? So cover bands sing the artist's song, but with a bit of a twist to the song, or they give their little personal touches, okay? So they're focusing on their rendition of the song. That's what a cover band does. A cover band will say, we're gonna sing the song, but we're gonna sing the song the way we want to sing the song, right? We want to sing this song. So it's the same if anybody's saying I'm covering that song, or I'm that person's cover, right? So that's what a cover band does. Now a tribute band, what they're doing is their focus is on the audience. Their focus is on giving the audience the experience of that band that they're giving homage to, that they're honoring, that this tribute is to. They're looking to basically recreate that experience as if you were seeing the actual act, the actual artist. So that's what a tribute band does. A tribute band is looking at, they're giving you the full long experience of that band, right? They may do a little bit of a twist on a song, but they don't deviate too much because they're completely audience focused. They're audience focused, whereas in a cover band is more song focused. So they're like, we like this song, we like these set of songs. We're going to sing this song how we want to sing the song. So that's the difference between a cover band and a tribute band, if any of y'all wanted to know. So that's what we have. Now, yesterday we also talked about voices. We talked about deep, sultry voices. And I said how I feel like these deep voices have kind of gone by the wayside. We got auto tuning. We have, people who just, it's not important to them if they know how to sing. I see that more with the females than I do with the males. But what I did notice is that even though for somebody who's classically untrained, somebody who did not go to school for choir, for, music of any type, and I'm talking about Dave Gahan, anybody who didn't do that, because he did not do that, he has such an amazing voice. He has a wonderful voice. I mean, so does Martin. Martin is relatively untrained as far as vocals are concerned, and they just have naturally beautiful voices, right? And I kind of think that a lot of artists don't have that anymore. Well, you have some comparable artists. I think one of the ones that I like that I compare it to would be Arctic Monkeys. I think Arctic Monkeys have kind of kept that traditional deep masculine, not baritone, but just a male's voice, a masculine voice. And this is not any shade on anybody else, because everybody's voice is different. Hey, you guys, I love George Michael's voice, and he doesn't have like a deep voice, but he has a beautiful voice. So that's George Michael. But talking about comparable, George Michael's not comparable to Depeche Mode by any means, but I'm talking about comparable to that type of voice, to that type of bass, silky, smooth kind of voice that Dave Gahan has. I think Arctic Monkeys kind of do that really well. Now, where that comes from, here are some of the artists that used to have that kind of voice. I talked about yesterday, we talked about David Bowie, talked about Billy Idol, the OG Tom Jones, which I didn't mention yesterday, but I'm mentioning it now, OG Tom Jones. You have Jim Kerr of Simple Minds, beautiful voice. You have Martin Fry of ABC. I've seen him live recently, you guys, and I can tell you his voice is still amazing. Love him. Brian Ferry. I would love to be able to see him live, because I just love Brian Ferry's voice. You have Ian Curtis from Joy Division. He had an amazing voice as well. Number one, whose voice is still amazing, and I was in love with when I was a young teenager, is Rick Astley. I know a lot of people only know him as, getting Rickroll and Never Gonna Give You Up. But if you've ever listened to any of Rick Astley's music, his voice is just amazing. Then you have Dave Wakely. When English Beat comes, every time I try to see the English Beat, when they come, and Dave Wakely, he still has an amazing, amazing voice. I don't even think Dave Wakely really realized how beautiful his voice is. It doesn't seem like he's really pushing himself to the limit that he could go with his voice. But Dave Wakely, you guys, he has also a beautiful voice. And then there's Matt Johnson of The. I saw The at my first Depeche Mode concert, Songs of Faith and Devotion, in Detroit. The opened up for Depeche Mode during that part of the tour. I couldn't believe it. Now, what was funny is because of my bruh, I already heard the songs, right? And also, you know, there were some the songs on, I think it was 16 Candles and some of the 80s movies. But to see Matt Johnson live, he blew me away. His voice absolutely blew me away. And then there's Edwyn Collins as well, who's not as well known as the other names that I put up, but as you can see, these are UK artists with these deep sultry voices, and it seems like that's dying. And I'm hoping that it's revived. I'm hoping that it's resurrected. You guys let me know what you think and who you also think. Not American, because American, we have a lot of, no matter white, black, whatever, there's a lot of artists here that still keep up with that type of voice. So I understand that that's still popular here. But it seems like in the UK, we're coming away from those type of voices. We're coming away from that gritty voice. Even with the British actors, they're not as popular as they used to be. And I'm hoping that we kind of bring that type of voice back. Now, a lot of these UK artists, these British artists, these European artists were influenced by Motown and also influenced by a lot of blues artists, you know, blues artists of the 40s, 30s, 20s, the blues artists of that day. And you can even see this through Depeche Mode's work, because Martin did a revamping of John the Revelator. And John the Revelator was originally made by Blind Willie Johnson in the 1930s. Now, Blind Willie Johnson was a gospel blues artist. He was also an evangelist. He was a gospel blues artist. Martin apparently really loved that song. It's been done by other artists. John the Revelator has been done by other artists. But what Martin did, he switched up the lyrics. He did his own rendition where the original version, you go see, you go check out, go on your Spotify, go on your Apple Play, go on YouTube and listen to other versions, but listen to Blind Willie Johnson's John the Revelator version, and then come back and listen to Depeche Mode's version of John the Revelator. And I'm just so glad that they keep up with choosing music that complements the lyrics and complements Dave's voice. So that's my point in saying this. Now we're gonna you know, segue into the main topic of today, because we're talking about other music that continues to influence Martin. You have your older blues music. You have a lot of these artists that I've named before, which with that type of voice, but I'm pretty sure there are so many that have influenced him, including Elvis, that who also again have that kind of deep, you know, bluesy voice in a lot of his music, and we all know where he got that from. But we're going to talk about today, sorry, I gotta keep you guys, we're gonna talk about something that people don't want to talk about, but we're just gonna talk about it. We're just, you know, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about Martin's blackness. And for those of you guys who don't know, devotees already know. Devotees are already in on it. They already know that Martin is half black. And he's not really in any interview. I will dare you to find an interview where anybody asked him about that. I don't know if that's like a no-no, like when you're about to be interviewed by somebody and then your assistant or the manager said, here are the topics that you can't mention. I don't know if it's one of those situations, or people just, you know, they just don't mention it because they're not thinking about it. They're thinking about, hey, you know, I got Depeche Mode, I got Martin and Dave in front of me, and Fletch and all those guys. I have these guys in front of me. I want to talk about so many other things. So they don't think about it. But I dare you to find any interview, written or an actually live video, of Martin talking about his heritage and talking about the fact that he is half black. Matter of fact, he's half British and half American. So as far as heritage is concerned, and actually quite literally, because I think he has his American citizenship. You guys, like, he's been here for what, 20, 30 years. So, you know, living in California. But you guys let me know on that. So has Dave. Anyway, that's another story. But Martin having more melanin in his blood than people actually talk about. And one of the reasons why I'm thinking that Martin never really talks about it is because it's personal. It's highly personal. The story is that he didn't find out who his real father was until he was a grown man, you know, married with kids. I don't think that that's true. My research tells me that, and some of the song lyrics tells me, is that he had a suspicion that the person that was, you know, he grew up with as his stepfather, but as his father, I think he had a suspicion that that was not his father. But I don't think that he knew that his father was black. I think he just may have had a suspicion that he wasn't being told the whole story about, you know, his lineage, where he came from, what happened with his mother, just different things like that. So I don't think that he has an issue. I don't think that he's not bringing up the fact that he's black because he has an issue with being black. I just think that it's not knowing who your real father is. I think that that's where the sting is that you don't really know who your real father is. And you guys, we can look this up and we can research it. We can look on Wikipedia, we can look on other Reddits, and we can look on other things that fans have said. But I don't see anybody in his circle actually talking about this particular thing. I think that again, I think he doesn't want to disparage anybody in his family, let alone his mother. I think maybe that's one of the reasons why he hasn't talked about it. According to the story, again, I think he kind of knew a little bit early. Maybe he didn't find out that his father was black until he was 30, but in like 30, 33, like 30. But I think that he, and you guys also have to remember the timing of him finding out that his father, who his father was, who his real father was, his birth father, who his real father was, is between a time of Violator and Songs of Faith and Devotion. So that's the time frame that Martin discovered that who his real father was, and that his real father was actually a black man living in the United States. And so think about it as a devotee. Think about what the band was going through after Violator and during Songs of Faith and Devotion. So, of course, we all know what Dave was going through, right? We all know what Dave was going through. There were some things that Fletch was going through. Sounds like he had some anxiety attacks. And I'm not sure this is the time that his father passed away. I think his father passed away like later on. You guys let me know that. But he was going through a lot of things just doing this tour itself. I haven't heard anything about Fletch indulging in drugs or alcohol or anything like that. He was a smoker. But as far as those things, I don't think that was an issue. Some people just have it, just the weight of it, the weight of all of it. It gets a lot on you and on your brain. And so I think that, you know, that's basically what Fletch was going through. So you have Fletch issues. And then you have Alan, who appeared to be the one that was keeping it together. Not keeping the group together, but keeping the music together. He was the one it appears as a fan. Don't know if this is accurate, but it appeared as a fan that he was the one that was actually showing up to the sound checks, making sure that, you know, the music was, you know, going right, working on Martin's lyrics, revamping the music, spending hours and hours in the studio to do those things while the rest of them was going through their go-through. And so, so you have Martin also at this time finding out that this is your real daddy. This is your real daddy. And not only is this your real daddy, but your real daddy is black. Now, he's not the only artist that have gone through that. There have been a number of artists that have gone through, I'm thinking this man is my dad, and then he's not. Shoot, Dave went through the same thing. Dave thought that the man that, you know, calling himself daddy was his father. And then his father dies, and then there's this other guy show up. in his mama's house, and he like, who this nigga? Who is this? And it's his real father. And then, his real father dips on him again. So you just have to kind of think about these issues that these band members have. I'm pretty sure that they're over it. I hope that they're over it. I hope that they've, released their fathers for basically being absent. But here's some other people that also went through kind of the same thing. And Eddie Vedder sung about it too. He thought his stepfather was his father. And come to find out, he wrote a whole song about it. Come to find out, no, that's not your daddy. It's this other guy. Okay, well, can I see my daddy? Oh, he died. What? Okay, this man is not my real daddy. And I'm asking you, can I see my real daddy? But now I can't because he dead. He's 6 feet under right now. So you couldn't tell me this before my father died? Okay, whatever. So Eddie Vedder went through that. Eric Clapton, same thing. His mama apparently was young, 16 years old, got pregnant, I believe, by somebody, I think in Canada or something like that, who was a married man with his own family. Same thing with Eric Clapton. And then we have President Gerald Ford, That's not an artist, but even that, I'm just saying is that even happens to president. And now I purposely left Black artists off of this list because these things happen to everybody. It's not just a Black community or a Latino community or an Asian community or, it's not just a certain community that goes through this. Everybody's family goes through something, and Martin was not exempt from that. So, and you know what, speaking of this is what gets me. Y'all women stop being messy. Y'all women with y'all kids, not telling them who their real daddy is. Stop that mess. That's messy. Stop that. What would you do? It's happened in my family. It's, I've known other people, that's happened to or whatever. It wasn't that they thought somebody else was their father. They just didn't know who their father was. Matter of fact, should I even tell this story? We've been here too long. Okay. So this is a personal story of mine. So this is my family. Anybody in my family, don't kill me. I'm going to tell this story. This is no shade on anybody, on women, my family, the women in my family. This is just some things that had happened. So my grandfather had a different father from his siblings. And according to my mother's siblings, is that they thought that his father had passed away. He was my great grandmother's husband. And so they thought, maybe he was gone or, and it turns out at a function, one of my mother's siblings was introduced to a particular man. And so my mother's sibling said, okay, this is nice. This is cool. I'm meeting people at this gathering. Okay. And then somebody said, well, yeah, this is Mr. Hell. This is your grandfather. And my mother's sibling was like, come again? Squeeze me? What? So it's like, this kind of stuff, this happens. It's like, because nobody wanted to make the matriarch look bad. Nobody wanted, and I'm pretty sure Martin feels the same way, that he doesn't want anybody talking about his mama. Them fighting words. You talk about his mama, he gonna have to come off the stage and knuck and buck. So maybe that's why he's being quiet about that, because he doesn't want these, these things happen. But what I'm just saying is that y'all women start telling the truth about where these kids come from, where y'all kids come from. Start telling the truth. Tell them who their daddy is. Okay? Stop that. People need to hear the truth. The truth will make you free. Tell the truth, shame the devil. Start telling your kids the truth. Okay? It is better for you to tell you. They're not going to love you any less. Okay? You think you're protecting them. That's what you think you're doing. You think you're protecting them by keeping secrets and keeping lies and stuff like that. But you're not. And kids know, they can tell they're smart. We were smart when we were younger, especially Generation X. We had to. We came out the womb, having keys and, you know, taking care of ourselves, making ourselves some cream of wheat and some cereal and watching cartoons, you know, and we came ready-made for adulthood, right? But I'm just saying is that I think it's terrible when women do that. But again, everybody's circumstance is different. It was back in the 60s. Martin was born in the 60s. You're living in an all-white neighborhood. I don't know what the problem is. And then sometimes you get bad advice. You know, people say, you better not say anything. You're going to shame this whole family if you say something. You know, and so you're like, dang, I didn't know it was about you. I thought maybe it was about me, but okay, I'm going to do what you asked. That could have been the situation, you know. And so I was thinking about this, you know, people who find out who their daddy was. Remember in Guardians of the Galaxy, what's his name? Found out that Kurt Russell was his real daddy. And then Kurt Russell turned out to be the devil, as a lot of us find out. Some of us have good daddies. Some of us have wonderful fathers, right? Even if we find our father later, we build a relationship with them. There's forgiveness there and we have a great relationship. But and then Guardians of the Galaxy, what's his name? Found out that Kurt Russell was the devil, basically. And who was the character? The character was, what was it? Yandu, something like that. And I love this quote. And he says, he may have been your father, but he was not your daddy, boy. Something like that. I love that. He said he may have been your father, but he was not your daddy. Okay. So I think that we need to remember that we have to trust God to bring other fathers into our son's life. But just tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. What's going on. And Yandu was played by the legendary Michael Rooker, who I absolutely love. Probably one of the most underrated actors. I love that. But again, family secrets are the reason why that we don't say anything. And so Martin, you know, who his father was, and not that he's black. I don't know if it's important. You guys let me know. Is it important that Martin is half black? Is that important? Obviously he doesn't think so. I think maybe people like me may be a little bit obsessed with it in a certain way. Actually, I'm not really obsessed with it, but I do like to throw it out there more than usual. Is because we worship at the altar of race. We worship at the altar of pigmentation. Pigmentation, you know, means a lot. We worship at the altar of blackness, you know, black everything, black this, black owned business, black run, black this, black that, you know. So we kind of put a lot of emphasis on being black. Let's see, he made the information public. So now that he made it, I've read some things, and I think that because he made it public way back then that he was black, other groups want to claim him too. I don't know what that's all about. You guys let me know what that's about. And some people, you know, may think that is not true. I don't think that there's any reason why he would lie about it. Why would you lie? Why would you tell somebody that you're black and then you're not black? Half black or whatever, and not use it to your advantage. He has never, ever, Martin has never, ever tried to use being black as an advantage for himself at all. A lot of people don't even believe it because they're like, you look so white. You look so completely white. And you guys also have to remember that Martin colors his hair. That's not his real hair color. I don't even know if we know his real hair color. And it is for those of us who've seen pictures of him in grade school, and his hair appears to be, you know, blonde, like sandy blonde. I'm gonna tell you, my pastor's kids look white. Their mother is English. He's black. Their mother is English, and his kids look English. They look like, you know, they came from their mother's side of the family. I mean, you know, his oldest, you can tell there's a little mixture there. There maybe a little swirl up in the oldest one. But the baby, if you saw her coming towards you, you would be like, white girl. Now, when she opened her mouth, though, then you know, okay, wait a minute, what's going on here, right? So it happens. People can have very fair skin. You know, of course, we know what passing is, you know, people pass. You know, my sister-in-law, you know, she been passing her whole life. She, you know, had to asymmetric hairstyle when she was in Detroit, growing up in Detroit. People didn't know what she was, and she was like, it ain't none of your business, you know. So you can have very, very light skin and pale skin and fair hair and have another mixture, just DNA. Sometimes it just pulls over harder. Now, again, is this important, right? Is this important? The reason why it's important to me, because first of all, I'm nosy. You guys, I'm nosy. Hey, look, I interview people for a living, okay? That's what I do for a living. So of course I'm going to be nosy. Of course I'm gonna want to know all the tea, Kool-Aid, all up in your Kool-Aid. Of course I want to know. And also I'm interested, I'm going to put it that way. I am interested in to know, he met his father. He eventually met his father. To know how that meeting was. I haven't found any type of documentation of him talking about that meeting. The only documentation that I've read was he looked just like his daddy. That's the only thing that I've, in my research, that I've been able to feel, but he hasn't. So I'm interested to know what that meeting was like for him. It doesn't seem like he still has a relationship with his father. I don't even know if his father is still alive. We don't even know if his father is still alive because he hasn't said anything about it. But it goes to having that experience of not knowing who your father was, kind of maybe having a suspicion. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, that something wasn't right within the family. And then finding out later that the man he knew as his father was indeed not his father. And then on top of that, to know that your father actually has been living in the United States and you've been going back and forth to the United States with your band, and then to find out that your father has actually been living in the United States. And then on top of that, find out that this man is actually a Black man. So I would like to know, what that was like. Did that even contribute to him plunging more into alcoholism? Again, this is not because he's Black. That's not right. It's just because people done lied to him his whole life. Where's your identity when people lie to you? You have no identity when people lie to you. Okay? Who do you trust now? All you can do is forgive, right? It doesn't mean that the hurt goes away. It doesn't mean that the pain goes away. It just means that you just now have the options to say, I forgive, right? But a lot of people don't. They don't forgive. But did that contribute to, his other vices? Drinking, women, other things that maybe we don't know about that's been going on in his life. Did it ramp up? Because now he's making these discoveries. He's famous at this time. It's in the 90s. He is a famous artist now. And he has to deal with this. And so this is why we should never be too hard on artists, and we should never look at them and think that, oh, you got fame, you have money, you're popular, you're beautiful, you should be okay. We should never look at another human being like that, because everybody has pain. Everybody has something going on in their life. It may not be any of my business. It may not be any of your business, but everybody has something, because we're humans, and the devil is still running rampant around this mug. So I just think that we need to definitely sensitivity, right? A lot of forgiveness. Let's take it back before we start judging people on their actions, start judging people on their behavior. That doesn't make an excuse, because grown people, you need to, deal with your issues. You need to not bring other people in on your issues. You need to be able to deal with it. But as a human being, because we've all done something that we don't want nobody else to know. We dang sure don't want our kids to know. We don't want our grandkids to know. We don't want you to know about it. So I am sensitive to this topic, but I would like to know how that meeting was, and what does he, tell his children about where they come from, All right. So do we hear his family heritage, aka being Black? I don't like to say African American because I've never been to Africa. My cousin goes to Africa all the time. She's a professor. She's an author. She's been up and down Africa. She can say she's an African American. Other people can say that. I would love to go to Cameroon. I heard the beaches are beautiful if you can get there because you got the gangs and you got the pirates. But so I don't ever say African. You won't catch me saying African American. You can say it. It's a made up name for me. It's made up. It's like, no, I'm American and that's it. So I just say black just to kind of distinguish between people. Do you hear his family heritage in his lyrics? I kind of think so. Not too much. I think Martin is who he is. And the fact that he's half black doesn't go, oh, now I'm going to start rapping, or now I'm going to start, doing some runs in my music, or now I'm going to start. I don't think he's thinking like that. I just think he's really writing from his heart, as he's always written from his heart. But I do think that there are some songs that may give you, a little taste of him connecting in some sort of way. And that would be Goodnight Lovers. That's one song. New Dress. Now, New Dress came out way before any of this stuff went down. Apparently, New Dress is from a very, very, I think it's from, is it Construction Time Again or Black Celebration that New Dress is actually on. New Dress may be one of those songs that you can kind of hear some things. And of course, my intro song, People Are People, right? People are people. Why should it be? You and I should get along so awfully. So that may be his statement on anybody who asks about him being of mixed race, of him being a black man strong, black man good, black man, of him being black. And because if he were in the United States, we would just claim him and we would just say black. I think we all should just start saying, Martin, you black. You black. You ain't no white British man. You a black British man. You black. So those are some of the songs. So there we go. If you guys wanted me to mention anything else on that particular topic, I ain't scared. I ain't scared. And I will say all of these things and talk about any and everything when it comes to Depeche Mode because I love them. They are my babies. All right, so we're going to get to the poll because we are now at the 1 hour mark. I have kept you an hour today, but we had to talk about this. We had to talk about this. So this is the poll for today. This is a question for day 5. The question is, should Depeche Mode bring back their backup singers on their next tour? You guys know that they had backup singers for Songs of Faith and Devotion, and those backup singers were Samantha Smith and Hildia Campbell. They were from Songs in Faith and Devotion tour, the devotional tour. And then there was Jordan Bailey and Georgia Lewis of the famous, infamous Exciter tour. You guys have all seen One Night in Paris, that whole video. All of us have seen it, right? All of us seen One Night in Paris. And they were the stars besides Dave getting practically naked on the stage, but they were the stars of that particular tour. That was Jordan Bailey and Georgia Lewis. I follow Jordan Bailey on Instagram. I just don't know where Georgia Lewis is. I would love to know where she is because she was wearing that fur coat on One Night in Paris. And you guys, for the ladies, Hildia Campbell and Samantha Smith that were part of the devotional tour, I just want to say this. I hated their outfits. Whoever the costume designer was for them on that tour, they did them dirty. They did them ladies dirty. I get it that they were supposed to be like a choir, kind of, right? But they just had on sheets. It wasn't flattering at all. You can't tell me, because they're a little bit, they're a little fluffy, that they couldn't. Most of the backup singers are fluffy. Okay, and they still dress properly. Yeah, them costume designers did them dirty. But the question is, should Depeche Mode bring back backup singers? I know that they have Peter Gordino who sings. I know that Martin sings, Dave sings, but do you guys think that they should bring them back because they add a little something extra to the tour? Yay or no? Nay, let me know. Comment. That you can message me, you guys. Definitely comment in the video. Message me on Instagram. I know Sassy messaged me a lot. You can message me on YouTube. You can message me on Facebook. Hey, if you got it, you can text me and let me know what you think. I'm going to repost these videos on all of those particular platforms so you guys can look at it. And again, I will see you tomorrow at 6 p.m. for day number 6. Again, tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Can't wait to be with you. All right. Good night. Good night. All that good stuff. Toodle pip.